Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got some very exciting news breaking from Bloomberg, and I just posted it up on Mopar Insiders that Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares is stepping down. It's not so much of a stepping down as the board has kind of forced him down. I've been saying this for a couple of months now. I don't see, well, ever since they said that his contract was going to be up in 2026 and that he was not going to come back, I said I didn't think he was going to last that long. You can go back to my previous post, but yeah, he's not lasting until 2026, that's for sure. So they are going to make an official announcement very soon. Bloomberg is breaking the news that it should be like tomorrow at the earliest. But it sounds like it's a done deal. The board is done with him. Stock prices have dropped over 50% since March. They can't eliminate their inventory, even with huge incentives here. They're following the wrong path. The Dare Forward 2030 direction is not working. It's not working just for the U.S. and Canadian markets, but it's not working for Europe either. There's been a huge pushback on electric vehicles for America and even Europe. Europe is right now, a lot of people are pushing back against the whole EV transition, mainly because people can't afford EVs. EVs are way more expensive. So more people are looking for little like mild hybrids or hybrid vehicles or plug-ins to help propel the auto industry. And Tavares is saying, hey, we're full on electric and it's not working. They've had huge, he's just cut back the company to basically bare bones. I said it, if he was going to stay in power, that he would cut so much until 2026 there would be nothing left. So I think the board is realizing this. The shareholders aren't happy with how the company's stocks have just fallen big time, and they're going to announce a change here pretty quick. They have not given an idea of who could take over for Tavares. One thing I did not post on Mopar Insiders is the reason why I don't post a lot of things that I hear on Mopar Insiders is because I want Mopar Insiders to be kind of factual. We can talk about rumors and stuff like that. But one thing that I've heard from my sources is that there's two people in the running to be CEO, or at least there was. I think they have a CEO already. I think they have a new CEO lined up, and from what I heard, it could be somebody very surprising, somebody that the company is already knows. Not somebody within right now, but there is talk that Antonio Filosa, who's the Jeep CEO now, and he's also the COO for North America. He come from Brazil. He did a lot of success there. He's coming to North America. He's slowly moving stuff forward. That he could be the one. I don't see it happening. I think they want him to focus on the North American market and make it successful. What I hear from my sources is that John Elkann came to Auburn Hills a few weeks ago, and he sat down and talked with AutoNation CEO, former FCA CEO, Mike Manley. Now, Manley would be an awesome pick. Manley was with Chrysler since the 90s. He worked in the UK doing dealer stuff, became head of the UK market for Chrysler, was on board during the Daimler days. He was on board for pretty much everything. Because of Sergio Marchionne, became CEO of Jeep, had this huge turnaround in Jeep, huge success, was CEO of the Ram brand. So those are two of the biggest brands that the company has. Knows the North American market really well. Knows he was also head of sales for a while for Asia and that. He's done a little bit of everything in the company, working his way up. So I think that Manley would be great because he knows how the North American market works. He knows how the European market works. He knows how Asia works. The only thing Manley really hadn't dipped his hands into is the South American market. But the South American market for Stellantis is like really the only market that's booming right now. Brazil's got huge sales for Stellantis vehicles, including Fiat and Ram. Argentina's doing pretty good right now with Fiat brand. Fiat's dominating in South America, and believe it or not, Fiat actually is the best-selling pickup in like trucks in South America. So they also are some of the best-selling cars. Jeep brands being very successful down there. And with South America booming, you have Jeep's second biggest market is not Canada anymore. It is South America, or Brazil, I should say. Ram's second biggest market isn't Canada anymore. It's Brazil. And they're a premium brand down there. So I see if Manley can come back, I think that if he does come back, what I think he'll do is he'll kind of do how FCA was originally. North America kind of runs their own operations. Europe kind of runs their own kind of deal. South America will kind of follow under North America kind of stuff, but I think it'll be run kind of like how FCA was. It will also put somebody that's not so much a European person. Yeah, Manley's from the UK and stuff, but he lives here in the US. AutoNation right now have been having a bunch of problems with selling cars. They're cutting dealerships. I can bet he wants to get out of there. And I really see him to being the key person to coming in the company and turning it around. I think it would be great. And I bet you if he comes on board, I bet you we see people stay in the company. And I bet you we see people return. People like Tim Kuniskis. I bet you if Mike Manley came, Tim Kuniskis would come on board and stay. And probably rerun the Dodge brands. Manley would put power back into the actual CEOs and fix things. And that's why I think Manley would be the best person. Is it a done deal? No. But he did supposedly have a talk about the dealer organization was the main focus. But I heard that John Elkann was talking to him about a CEO position. So it could be rumors. I've heard it from more than 3 people that know what the heck they're talking about. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to say nothing, because I don't want to post something that isn't true. But if it's going to happen this quick, they've already supposedly talked to him, and I think Manley would be the best person to come back and run the company. A lot of people were kind of iffy about Manley because he was the one who kind of handed over stuff to Tavares when the formation of Stellantis went on. But they also promised him, the Angeli family, John Elkann's family, who runs a majority or owns a majority of Stellantis, promised Manley a position in the company. They gave him kind of a BS position, and within a few months he was gone because, I mean, it really didn't do nothing. But I think with Manley's expertise, if he could come back, the company would be fixed within, 16, 17 months. I really do. He would not be a penny pincher. He would be a person that's progressive. Like I said, he knows the markets. I think it would be great. But the biggest news today is December starting out with Carlos Tavares is going to step down. And this is nothing but positive news for the brands. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of Lancia, Alfa Romeo, Fiat. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of Peugeot, Citroen, and DS. This is all positive stuff. This is also positive for the UAW, for their workers. Morale's been shot to hell in the last, 3 years, and it just keeps going down. We've seen morale at the plants being cut. We've seen, production being pushed away from North America and especially from the U.S. We've seen these big changes of, this electric stuff where there isn't really even an infrastructure put in place here in the U.S. I live in Detroit, and we don't even have enough charging stations here to even allow people to have electric vehicles for the mass, purpose. So it'll be very interesting to see who will come in. Not saying Mike Manley will, but I'm saying if he does, I guarantee this company will change within 16 months. Maybe even under a year. It wouldn't be that much to fix this company. The problem is you're going to have to spend money. And if the company's spending money and they're showing change, the stock prices will go up, and I think shareholders will be happy. The problem is you cut. People don't want to buy from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram right now. And the funny thing is there's huge incentives on their products, but people aren't buying them. And why is that? They're cutting jobs left and right here in the U.S. There's nothing positive about the brands. You bring in a CEO with a lot of positivity and that knows what he's doing and shows that there can be change, people will be back in the dealerships, even with high interest rates. The whole auto industry is about to change. We have, a lot of, Donald Trump's coming back into power really soon, like January 20th, so another month and a half. And I guarantee when his administration will get in, we'll get lower interest rates. We'll see a huge boom in manufacturing here in the U.S. People will start making money again, and they'll be spending it on cars. And Stellantis won't be successful if there's cars that people don't want to buy on their lots. So they need a CEO to come in, find out the product that they need to be progressive about, produce it, and produce it fast. Because with the economy going to be changing, and everybody knows it's going to be changing, it showed the day after the election here that the stock market went up like huge amounts of points, 1,500 points. So, and Stellantis was the only automaker who did not go up that day. So there is a lot of positivity behind the market with Trump coming in. And there's a lot of positivity too with the Canadian market. Justin Trudeau is not looking good right now. His whole liberal party looks to be almost obliterated in the next election, whenever they have their next election. It could be soon. But if they have to wait till next year, the Conservatives will come into power up there, and they're going to open up the same kind of routine that Trump is doing here with free market, trying to cut taxes and stuff, so there's more money in people's hands. Lower interest rates, more money in people's hands. And what do people do when they have low interest rates and money in their hands? They go out and spend. So people like to have new cars. And right now, you simply can't afford it. Because, honestly, Stellantis they have one vehicle after destination charges that come in under $30,000. Ford has a ton of product. GM has a lot of product, but not Chrysler. And I'm not just saying Chrysler, I'm saying Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. They have one vehicle, the 2025 Jeep Compass Sport 4x4, and you can only pick the color on it. And you can get a bright pedal kit and a graphics kit. No options you can pick for it. So this is big news. Stay tuned to Mopar Insiders. We're going to be following this big time. Obviously, this is probably going to be the most important news of the month going into the new year. I expect them to say something tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to say something, meaning Stellantis. I don't know if they're going to announce who the new CEO is. I think it'll be more towards the beginning of the year. But nonetheless, it's going to be positive. Like I said, even if it's not Mike Manley, let's say it's, Antonio Floza, he comes in, there'll be a huge wave of positive response. So it's a good thing. And it's a good thing for the Italian unions. It's a good thing for the UAW. It's a good thing for Unifor. It's going to be kind of interesting to see where all these things align with the Dare Forward 2030 program. Now, mind you, Stellantis also said that, we're building our new platforms to be multi-energy. They haven't built the Ram 1500 Rev yet. There's a lot of positive response for the extended range Ram 1500 Ram Charger. But as for Charger, I already broke the information that, hey, they're pushing that up, the ICE version up 5 months. So this has all been in the works. They are dumping this EV strategy, and it sounds like Dare Forward 2030 is going to be dead by 2025. This whole push of EVs is going to be gone. And instead, we're going to see product that we actually want. So stay tuned to Mopar Insiders. Stay tuned to the Mopar Junkie channel. Make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.